Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Open Mic. I am your host. There's an echo somewhere. I'm your host, Ramsey Chiri. I'm a psychic medium, NLP practitioner. I work with the money blockages, and I also do all kinds of energy healings. And my co-host, Tanys, I'll pass it on to you.
I'm Tanys Coughlan, founder of the Twillo Lifestyle Community, Twillo Lifestyle Academy. I'm a Reiki master, crystal master, Celtic shamanic high priestess, as well as a galactic ambassador and a channel.
Oh, that was short. I expected 2 minutes.
I'm getting good at it. Concise.
And guys, tonight we have a special guest with us. It's our first guest on the show, and I'm so happy that you said yes. I would like to welcome Maryanne Savino. Maryanne?
Oh, thank you. Thank you both, Ramsey and Tanys. Thank you for inviting me. I was thrilled when you reached out and asked, and it's always a blessing and an honor to connect with Soul Family and, create a platform for people who are in need of support and community and just making the connection to others of like spirit. And so I'm glad that, we're here tonight to connect and create. So I'm looking forward to it.
And thank you for accepting again.
Yeah, we're very excited to have you, Maryanne. It's awesome.
Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you.
So we thought we'll start with the topic of light language. Since you're a bit of an expert, I attended a couple of sessions to listen to it and understand it a bit, but I'll leave the detailed description to you, and then we can take it from there because it's not. I'm not going to say what it's not or what it is. I'll leave it up to you. Let's start with your definition.
It's beautiful. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. There's so many things that we could say about it, and more I'm seeing so many people are coming out and expressing it, and that's the beauty of it. What I want to say about it is that light language is a language of your soul's wisdom, your soul's essence, and all of the memories of your soul that bypasses the linear, logical mind and connects us directly through the heart space. It's not something that you learn like a language like French or Italian or Spanish. It's something that is within. It's already encoded in our DNA. And I feel that it's about remembering it. And you can tap in to the essence of your soul by going in. I know a lot of people talk about channeling, which, yes, in some sense, we are connecting to other beings of light and frequencies, because it's not just a spoken word, it's a frequency. It is, as I said, it's in the DNA. It's light language is multidimensional communication that filters through the higher self, the higher power of our being. It can be expressed in so many creative ways. You can speak it and sing it and sign it and dance it and draw and write. There's a numerous ways of expressing this beautiful language of the soul, of the heart. And it really, I believe it helps us tap into our own codes of light. Even though I really feel that we are all of source frequency, we are sparks of source, creator. And this language, when people ask me, well, what did that mean, what you just spoke, or when you moved, and of course you can decipher it and then express, well, it means, I prefer this is of course my own, feeling of it. I take it in and feel it, because it's a feeling essence. It's a knowing, it's a remembering. If you want to, share messages about it in, to express to somebody, well, this has to do with coming into alignment with our divine purpose, or this can help you heal any wounding, any programs or patterns that keep you limited. It's entirely up to you. There's no wrong or right way to it. It comes in many like I want to say types, like it's angelic, it's cosmic galactic, it's from the fairies, it can be, when you look at the star systems, many have heard of the Pleiades and Arcturus and Andromeda and Sirius and Orion and Lyra. But it also, I believe, the Earth realm, the Devas, the elementals. It comes from, it's infinite. It's above, it's below, it's all the directions, everything in between, everything within. It helps us, I feel it's helped me basically to get me through this ascension journey, because this ascension journey has its bumps in the road sometimes. And
they're big potholes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that word ascension can also be misleading, because again, we're not going up and out somewhere. It's like the language. Yes, you can bring in higher forces or galactic forces, cosmic, angelic, but it really is inside of us. We forget that we are sparks of source in a human existence, in a human fleshy body, that it's that we're here. Yeah. And so, yeah. So it's, it's about connecting to our multidimensional nature. And what does that mean? Well, we're living spherically now. We're living from this multi-sensory, using not only the five senses that we're familiar with, but beyond the beyond the beyond. And so multidimensional frequency is about navigating in and out of dimensions. Other timelines are showing up, and they're here already. We have to step into them. But as a human being, we go through our challenges down here on this densely earth existence. But I want to say something. There's nothing wrong with the third dimension. People keep saying, and then that's why light language, I feel, let it help you navigate. Let it help you reach the places inside of you that maybe you didn't even know existed, or maybe you are afraid to tap into. Maybe you've been denying something. Am I going off into too many tangents here? Just stop me now.
No, not at all. I'm gonna just stop for a second. You did touch on a lot of things which were awesome, and they're all interrelated. And I really appreciate the knowledge and wisdom that you bring into it. To tap into it. So basically, we're what you were saying is that we are a fragment of source. So we have all the information in us, and through either memory or silence, I guess, we can tap into that what do you call it, pot of wisdom that we hold in.
That's right.
And then get it out. I like that, and I'll tell you a story about a couple of sessions that I attended, a multiple actually. I used to attend light language sessions. I never spoke it. I didn't understand it. I didn't have a clue how to get into it. But I did see people in those sessions spark it out. Like all of a sudden it just comes out and then they run with it. It's like it was, there's a switch that they were, yeah.
Like a light goes, wow, what was that? Yes.
Yeah.
Then they flow in it. And as a psychic medium, I used to sit in there and all I did is literally, well, I don't want to say translate, but I would see meanings to those words, but not in you shall do this. It's more of a loving, caring, feminine energy that kind of hold the group together, and there's love and compassion that flies through those words, although nobody understands them. But the beauty of the sound, it just resonates within the deep cell while I was sitting and listening to it, and I don't know what happened during that, but all that was amazingly beautiful.
That's well said. I totally resonate with that, and absolutely. It really can help us if we get out of alignment, if we're stressed out, if we have lost our sense of direction, or we're on a little bit of a detour, because you never really lose yourself. It's just there's a moment, maybe perhaps we disconnect, and it helps us bring us back to our divinity, our divine nature, because it is divine and we're divine. But when we drop down into this dense plane of the human world, we forget who we are. Yes. Ascension and language of light helps us remember.
I kind of see it as a bridge, between this world and the other dimensions. It's a way of like activating things within us that were not active before. So we have like light codes within us, and when light language is presented in whatever way that is, I find that, like you were saying, Ramsey, that you had those people would just, the light switches would go on for them, and that's like an igniting of those light codes that are already there, and they start the creative juices going, right? And they bring forth so much more light in that way.
Absolutely, yeah. And it comes in writing, and I believe, Maryanne, at one point in time, maybe a year or two ago, you wrote something. You wrote a light language. I think it was in a circle or something, and you posted it on Facebook. And I looked at it and I go, these are Arabic words. And you remember that? So I reached out and I go, it says this and this, and these are Arabic words, but you don't speak Arabic, and you have no idea. But they were there, and
my soul remembered it. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it is an ancient language, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Arabic language is quite ancient. So it comes with all of the energy from all of those ancient cultures.
Yeah. So I've had people tell me it also sounds Hebrew sometimes, because the Shekinah word comes in the middle of it, which tells me, okay, this is connecting to the feminine aspect of the Creator from the Hebrew line. And I've been to Israel, I've been to Egypt, I've been to places where, all the different religions, I don't follow religion, but it's what I come to find is that it all leads to the same place anyway. And so tapping in through these ancient languages is profound sometimes. And the memories of those lifetimes it can be, brings tears to my eyes when that happens.
I just want to stop for a second, say hello to everybody that joined us. There's a lot of people on this podcast today. That was awesome. And hello, Lucy, Linda. There's more. I don't see all their names, but I welcome you all. Carol Chantal, I think you're one of them. And someone I want to ask you a question. So please do type your question, and we'll pass it on. We'll continue until you post it, and we'll definitely answer your questions. Hi, Tanys and Ramsey. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Welcome.
Yeah. So, oh, Estelle, that was Estelle.
Stella.
Hi, Estella. So you have a question, Estella? Please write it down if that was you, and we'll answer it for you. So, what? And I know, I don't know. I know, and I don't know. I'll ask the expert. What drove light language to basically expand recently? It's not something that it's not something that was there from before. It's not like mediumship from the 1800s that we took it forward. It's something that
Well,
yeah.
my sense, what I've been seeing and experiencing, it's people are tapping into the memories of their soul, and we are shifting frequencies like on a dime, like boom, 1 second, it's like here we are in another timeline. Now we're navigating through another dimension, and now we're back. It's like you don't fully ever, you're again, that multi-dimensional nature. So my feeling when I tune in about it, and I even sometimes will ask people, because of the divine remembering, we're shifting so fast to help us navigate. The more we tap into the soul's frequency to embody, to bring it more into the human vessel that we're in, right? That the soul is being carried by on this earthly plane. People are feeling it, and it's as if you don't even have to think about it. It's just a feeling, and all of a sudden, boom.
Boom.
I think people are, I go in and out of this myself. You go through your doubts, you go through challenges, and then you go dive deeper inside to see what can I do, what's happening, and what's happening to me, and what can I do to tap into the part of me that's divine, and to also honor when you're not feeling so great, when things are not going so well. This nonsense of, well, it's always love and light and stay in the light, and that's not even realistic. I just had a conversation about this with a dear friend of mine. We were talking about, spiritual bypass, and I love to use my light language to help me shift out of energies that make me uncomfortable. But what I've come to realize, I have to first sit with, let's say, sadness comes up or fear comes up. Instead of trying to avoid it and use my light language, I first will sit and ask, what are you doing here? What do you need from me? What can I do? And then I wait to feel into the language, and I infuse the language into, let's say, the fear or the loneliness, the sadness, the anger that comes up. I think it's important that we see this language as a way to honor all of our feelings, because we are human feeling beings. And yes, we've been programmed to escape that and stay positive and be wonderful and be in the love and the light. Okay, yes, of course. We don't want to wallow and dwell in negativity. But you can't really know one without the other. So the shadow, darkness, the light kind of have to integrate. You bring that light frequency. I've had light language transmissions come out that sounded horrifying to some people. They thought it was like a demon. And I thought, well, then so be it. If there's a demon coming up out of me right now, then I'm going to honor it and let the light merge with that force. Because you look out into the night sky and it's dark, but there's stars, there's the moon, there's other planets that are shining. It's all cohesive. It's all together.
Yeah, you can't have a shadow without the light.
No.
You can't light without the darkness.
Mhm.
Opposite
Contrast.
are the key or the essence of the universe.
Well, and we're here as humans to learn what all of the emotions are like. Like that's what we're here is to learn. So we have to experience the whole gamut of emotions. So when we get
Right.
into this toxic positivity, right, when we're not allowing ourselves, all we're doing is really pushing it all down.
That's
And
right.
it really does not help our ascension.
No, it doesn't, because the soul wants to have experiences. It craves it. It's like, oh, what can I do now? What could I get involved in now? What can I,
What kind of trouble can we make now so I can have an
yeah,
experience?
like, I mean, it's kind of like, what a wild journey this is,
Yes.
You have to laugh at it because I think, wow, did I really sign up for this? Did we actually come down here to do this? Wow, what was it? What were
Yeah,
we
and most times we got the soul contract for it too. So
And then, today I was like, earlier today, I'll give you an example. I was really feeling defeated. There was a moment I was feeling very defeated. And I said, I took my journal out and I started to write. I spoke some light language, but then I said, no, I want to just write. And I let all my anger out, all the, the rage, all kinds of cuss words were coming up. And I said in big, bold letters, I'm like, get it out, let it. It's like, and then I said, I'm going to honor this moment of feeling, this despair, this, I have this uncertainty of, I don't know what's going to happen, and that's okay. Let it be that. I don't want to become, I don't want to make it my identity, because it's not. But it's here to teach me something. It's here to show me something. So show me what it is, and I'll sit with you. And then I'm going to move through the rest of my day and honor, if you show up again, okay, but I have things to take care of, and I'm going to do that. And as I went on with the day, I got a lot done. I'm not feeling the despair and feeling defeated anymore. And if it shows up after, let's say we close out the show, of course it could show right back. Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, it's funny. We all go through hell and back, but nobody sees it other than us. And I realize that most of us believe we're the only ones that go through hell and back.
When you're in, you feel like
Unless you're
nobody
here.
knows what this is like. They have no idea. And then you're like, what? Yes, they do.
yeah.
Yes, they do. They know it. Then a friend will call you up and they say you just finished your rant. And then a friend will call you up. What the hell is going on? I'm this. And I'm like, oh, that was me about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And there's a certain amount that's in the collective, right? That we feel
Oh.
from the collective. So it's not always ours. And so it's always important to say, like, is this mine?
Right.
Feel into that. Because we don't need to be processing everybody else's stuff too.
No.
We have enough to process on our own.
Yeah. Like in the morning and even at night before I go to sleep, because during the sleep state, I don't know where the heck I travel to sometimes, but boy, I am busy. I'm a busy woman. I wake up and I feel like, what year is it? Like where did I go? Where was I?
I can relate to that.
It's like, oh my God, I slept so long, but I feel like I need to go back to sleep. And then you get up and like, okay, any energies that are not mine, that I may have come in contact with, that may have been projected onto me, anything I attracted, I release into God's light. I release it into the Creator's light with love. And, if I go out during the day and I'm busy out in the collective, same thing. I let go of anything that's not mine. I thank you. I take back any energy of mine that I left someplace else, but that it be purified, cleansed, restored, and returned to me in perfect, beautiful alignment. You can do things like that before, you go to sleep, when you wake up. It's a good way to keep your field balanced and clear. Yeah. And the language, I usually use some light language in with it. There's so many wonderful ways to play with it and have fun. We got to remember, even with the struggles and the challenges, don't forget to have some fun. We're here for the joy. Yes, Ascension, this journey can be challenging. I'm not going to lie. We all know this. But we're also here for the joy. We're here to explore love in its purest form. You know, all the creational energy that lives inside of our cells is waiting. It's sparked. You know, it's like, oh, what can I do with this? It's an interesting journey down here.
Absolutely.
I'll just want to pick on one thing you said, which is an excellent tip to the listeners, is that when you wake up in the morning, and I'm sure we're not the only ones that feels that, we wake up sometimes tired because we've been everywhere and nowhere. We don't know where we've been, but we wake up in the bed exhausted sometimes early in the morning, and you have to take and do your day. So
Right.
the good tip was to let those energies that are not yours to go into the light. That is a beautiful tip. I really appreciate it. I never thought of it before. I'm going to start doing it. Thank you. And the energies that you bring from the outside when you deal with people at work or going to the market. Shopping centers are my worst nightmare. It's like hell on earth. I try to avoid them like the plague. But if I do go in, I definitely protect. And on my way out, I say, please just go away, all of you.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about it before in the show too, the tubing technique.
Oh yes, the tubing, yeah.
Which is a great, it's a great visual to bring down a big tube of light around you, you know,
Yes.
calling in the archangels.
And to fill the cells so that, yes, that's great. I love that tubing energy. Yeah, there's a lot of great tools and techniques, like create your own Ascension toolbox, you know, bring in your light language, bring in your tube of light, you know, do your salt baths, work with your crystals. I mean, there's so many. We could do a show on that. I mean, that could be so much fun. Yeah.
I've got a bunch of crystal friends here. Beautiful.
We
all have our crystals. Look at that. Oh, I've got one too.
Yes.
We have our crystal friends, our first dimensional beings.
Yep. Essential oils are great. I use like flower remedy mists that I make. I put some essential oils. I just spritz my aura, spritz my space, put it in your car. I mean, you know, we need those of us who are sensitive empaths. A lot of us are. We need to keep our field as clear and balanced as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Light language is a really, sound. I mean, I do.
Don't forget smudge.
Smudging.
Yeah. I started with overtone harmonics and open tones and then went into the light language. That happened. The toning and the overtone harmonics were back in the early 90s when I started that. And many years later, I was at an event with two friends who were speaking the language, and I went into a full-on, like, you know, it triggered like a panic attack response in me, and I ran out of the room. Oh my God, what's happening to me? I'm feeling like I'm going to lose control. And then I realized, stop resisting.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, what are you doing? Stop resisting. It's just like, But, you know, being a bold Leo, it's like, you know, I've got to be in control. Well, no, you don't. Let that shit go. Oh, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
I'm a Leo too, Maryanne. I get that.
But it's really, you know, gosh, where was I? I was talking about, how it started. And yeah, I mean, it got exciting that night after it came through the way it did. And then, of course, all these experiences, like where, you know, I had all these questions. Well, what did that mean? And what, you know, where did this come from? And what star system is this? And, yeah, of course, you're curious. The human mind wants to know. And then, of course, as time went on, I realized, whatever I need to know is revealed to me. And if it doesn't come in an explanation, then my soul knows what to do, and it feels it and takes it in and expresses it, and it's all good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
But I love the language of light. I love that we get to express ourselves from the pure source of love that we are, and to help us remember that even with the struggles, and let the struggles be, because they're real. Well, sometimes, they show up, but that it's okay that you can, utilize this beautiful frequency of encoded light that does, like you said, Tanys, lives within us. It's inside of us. You don't even have to go anywhere. Yes, I feel it coming in sometimes, but then what it does is it taps on, it's like these little, it's like, it taps on those codes that are inside and wakes them up and say, time to get up, time to come out.
Okay, yeah. Clairvoyance. Psst, there you go. Now you're clairvoyant. Psst, you're clairaudient. Sometimes it's abilities.
Now, someone said they had a question. You said, I didn't know if we should.
Well,
it didn't really come in.
I think it was answered. They didn't know what a light language was, which was answered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Ted Brick, and everyone else that is on now, all the hearts and the LOLs and the Leos.
I think the Leo may be Michelle.
Oh, okay.
Because she's a Leo as well. So.
She's also a friend of ours. She's an astrological, and we had a show on Wednesday with her. Yeah. So she's also a Leo. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yay.
And
Betsy's Leo.
Okay.
Awesome. So we got lots of Leos on here tonight.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I can mention some people ask, what are the benefits of it? So, I have it on my website, but I can go through some of, definitely it helps us shift by expressing the language of light. It doesn't only have to be spoken. Some people use it in signing. People write it, draw, sing it. There's many ways, but what I feel that it does is definitely it shifts us into higher states of consciousness and more expanded states of consciousness, helps us to align with our divine purpose, helps us to remember who we are. It definitely supports us through this awakening and remembering of the ascension, the soul wisdom, the memory. It also is great for increasing your intuition to help you access your own unique abilities and gifts and how you can express them out in the world. It doesn't only have to be in the language of light. You may want to paint abstract art. You may want to sculpt. You may want to create music. There are many ways. The other thing I found, it helps us recalibrate. So when something's out of alignment within us, it could be in the aura, it could be in the chakras, it could be in the meridian system, with a conscious intention, and you direct the light language with the intent into an area, say that, maybe you're physically feeling it in your back, and say, I'd like to send this frequency into the area where I'm feeling stuck, where I'm stiff, and ask it to infuse that area. If you're going through challenges in your relationships, your business, whatever it is, it balances, it restores us, definitely taps us into creativity. It can definitely, I've had it where even listening to someone else speak it or sing it or sign it, and I'm just taking it in and receiving, it can help dissolve those energy distortions, any blockages, any limiting patterns of trauma. Yeah. Put that intention, send it into where the trauma is in your body. It's really profound.
It is, and I fully agree with that. But like I said, I attended a couple of them, and they were amazing. Yeah. But we have a listener. I think that's Lucy, And she asked, will you perform some light language for us tonight?
Yes, I will. I plan to do that. I don't know. We could do some now, and we have. This is an hour show, correct?
Yeah. If it stretches a bit, it's not a big deal. But yeah, it's an hour show.
I mean, I could give a transmission now, and then we could talk more if you like, or if anybody has more questions or you want to ask anything on it. I'm very open. I'm flexible.
She says thank you. So please go ahead and let's
now
do
please.
yeah.
Okay.
Now,
So
please.
I'm going to tune in and I'm getting that this is to help us align with our multidimensional nature and to tap into that nature for any areas in our lives, like hold the intention. Is there something in your life that may not be working well for you that you would like to shift and assist in that area? I'm feeling that this transmission is going to be good for that particular, for the multidimensional nature connection to help us to align through peace, love, and unity, oneness within ourselves and then collectively. And then we'll see from there. So all you have to do is close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, relax, and receive. Take it in. Let it permeate all the cells, entering any of your chakras or meridians into the auric field. Mashur venizar or keshemiala sutui ishana satua. Enger idar or venesha kosai ialaya mashuma. Antur ishkatar irnasende ibesh alo maiva. Hundar ide muji biaya nusevalalu ye katoni ajeya kyoshuna. Kiashonose dui ije mukasuma ajebia ayotone vaila ishkasaneaya. Shia yak so shamosa wa enduri iki kishana da lo so ve a atun orakatani sha kutu akutui ia la mota. Shiano zovia yamonia na yakwa. Alu iatanua atuaia. They say tap on your heart. Tap on your heart chakra. Uaya lu ia uaya. Aluaya nanai. Anuaya. And the top of your head to balance the brain chemistry into the nervous system and the neural pathways. Ondiadi nani anyoi nai nanu nani alai nani awamanoi amakutai nanai awamani. Aluai nanai 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 nani 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 nanai 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 nishikasakatsukush. Ushatala ishkas anotiaya. Mandur iviana mosona yakoma. Ashama uatia kwatia yatua ya. This is a Kuan Yin frequency. Atua ya kut ad atua, compassionate mother. Putting a balm of love on your heart for those who may be feeling wounded or any grief. Utialai ia kusun uji ania alu atuaya Anu nui Alwai anu virudilai Iemui ahui shimi oi Anuatia alumai anuavai asuma akush alia ata and breathe. If you have water nearby, drink some. If you don't, not to worry. Just make sure you drink a lot of water.
Okay. So much for mascara, right?
That's both of you. Even Betsy, she was crying, made me cry. It was phenomenal,
Oh
but
my.
phenomenal. You started, and my heart chakra blew out of proportion,
Yeah.
and the connection on the crown was a highway, literally a highway.
Wow.
It was amazing, 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 and you came into it from actually multi dimensions. You were all working
Oh
together.
yeah, for sure.
I saw you from different space time, working it all together. Phenomenal. I don't know, guys. Whoever is it was listening to this. Okay, here's thank you. That was so beautiful.
I'm so feeling so blessed that we get to share this as a family of light. There was a lot of Lemurian, Venusian, and Pleiadian frequencies that came through with that. Very gentle, loving mother to put that balm of comfort on our hearts right now, um, to help us to know that we are not alone. That even though when it feels lonely, all we have to do is tap in, tap on. That's why they were having us tap on the heart. Just tap on your heart when you're feeling lost or alone, and say, it's your own divine presence within you. It's not coming outside of anywhere. It's within, and to just tap on that part of you that knows how beautiful you are, to remind you of how beautiful, what a beautiful soul you are. I see you, I believe you, I feel you, I'm hearing you, I'm listening, I'm touching you, I'm with you. This is what they say.
Someone is asking if it's Tibetan throat singing.
Well, Tibetan, that's, it's funny. I was at a gathering at the Rubin Museum of Art, and there were Tuvan throat singers that came to visit to do a concert. And they had a little contest of who can, in the audience, who can do overtones. And of course, you get to win their CD, and guess who won? Well, somebody said, wow, that sounds different from theirs. And one guy said, yeah, that's more California style. I said, oh my God, that's really funny. I get it, because I don't have that deep, that really powerful Tibetan. I love that sound. That's a really, really potent sound. Nobody taught this to me. Again, if we tap in, it's already inside.
Mm.
And when I began to make those sounds the first time, I thought there was someone around. I was by myself. I'm like, who's in here with me? Where did that come from? I heard it there and there, and it's incredible to find out what lives inside of us if we're willing to take a good look.
That old thing, right? Know thyself, including these hidden aspects.
You know what? I'm also going to ask a question. You said you said a lot of things. I don't know which one you said, but if it is a light switch for this to come to open up, and for the listeners and everybody that is on Facebook and outside of Facebook, what advice would you give them to allow them for that switch to open up?
Something I do, I teach courses in both the overtones, and you don't teach light language, but I give tools to help people tap in. Before you go to sleep at night, ask that your divine presence come into alignment with your human essence, that any gifts, any abilities, any uniqueness that I am, to be activated. Help me access my unique gifts. Help me to tap into my overtones that live inside of me, or my light codes that shine so bright. There's really no, you can word it any way you like. This is going to be recorded, so I guess people can go back and listen to what I just said.
Yes.
You can ask, I'm just listening to what's, show me the way to my own unique crystalline soul codes. How may I express them? How can I tap into my own unique soul codes? How can I connect with my other soul tribe beings? Show me in the dream state. Show me in my writing. Show me in my movement. Show me in my painting. However way, I have a friend, she likes to speak the languages into her water bottle, and she puts fresh lemon in it with mint, and she drinks it throughout the day. Even though you can speak it, but in case, she said, well, if I'm in an area where I can't just burst out into song of light language, I have the water, because water holds, codes. And, there's so many great ways, but I would say before you go to sleep at night, ask to be shown. Keep it simple too, they're telling me, and I agree with that. Simplicity, it's not, it doesn't have to be so elaborate. It can be if you like that. There's nothing wrong with it, but keep it simple to start. And they say, get a journal out, write your feelings on it. Maybe before you go to sleep at night, when you wake up in the morning, see what comes through. Use your voice by connection of the heart, they're saying. So yes, the vocal cords make the sound, but the frequency is connected to the heart. I don't know if that was that.
Oh, that is profound. That is profound. Betsy's saying that she's a singer and she believes that she has this gift. She's gonna start doing it, but she had to run because her baby is not feeling well. But that is awesome to connect with everybody, especially. I would call it a dormant gift that everybody has.
Yes. That's correct.
It's a dormant gift, and those little tips that you actually gave tonight were profound in order to help people turn that switch on, turn that dial a bit towards that, because we are healers. We are healers of our own body.
Yes.
For those who believe or don't believe in it, look at how your mother used to heal you. She would kiss you on the forehead when you have a fever, and the fever will go away, and you start going outside playing with it. Well, we used to go outside. That's my time. Now you play with your phone. But she would just come close and give you that kiss, that transfer of energy from one to another. It's a healing energy. There's an intention for you to get well, and you get well automatically, and you're out of bed and you're running outside playing with your friends. So that does happen. It does happen, and you've given excellent tips in order for us to all awake and be able to heal ourselves from the inside out. Thank you. That was awesome.
You're welcome. And the other thing I want to say, sometimes listening to someone else speak it, or watch somebody who has it in an art form, in writing, it'll tap into something within inside of you.
Yeah.
So if you're putting, someone's YouTube on, or if somebody's doing a live, there's a lot of light language groups, it's like you can, like, oh, I remember, I could feel that. And then you all of a sudden you'll access that within you. It's like the roots of the trees connect to other roots of the trees. It's the same kind of energy, and it's powerful to be able to do that. And so open yourself up to all different ways. There's so many multitude of ways for you to access it. And I'm excited to see what more people are going to be doing and sharing, and it's an exciting time, even through the challenges.
I think I'd like to add one other thing for people as well. Really stepping out of self-judgment.
Yes, very good.
Yeah. We tend to be quite hard on ourselves, or we're like self-conscious, and this is the kind of thing you just have to relax and dance like no one's watching.
Let it unfold. A flower. The bud of a flower starts to blossom open, and then here comes your light, here comes your joy, here comes that essence, that Amrita, as the Hindus, that beautiful juicy feeling of love starts to come out. And the judgments, oh gosh, when I started, I judged myself constantly. Oh, that sounded strange, or people are going to think I'm a weirdo, or I don't know, what am I doing? Have I tapped into something that, of course, this is the mind, the ego, annoying little, you can't do this, who do you think you are?
I had those feelings when I first did some too. I don't do it frequently, but the times that I have had transmissions come through, it's been like, oh, where did that come from? Okay. And you have to kind of just allow and let it go, because it's there for a reason. So it's trusting in spirit, that they brought it down for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
When you were doing the transmission, and just before you said Kuan Yin, she had arrived in my awareness and was doing a beautiful dance while she was transmitting that as well. So it was beautiful, just beautiful.
That's so great. Oh, wow.
So for people who think they're the only one that judges themselves, yes, you are. We all do that. We all do that for some silly reason. We all do that. But I'm sure with the time, by doing it over and over again, we kind of overcome our own hurdles and our own mind, and actually dwell in the beauty of love and light, and especially in languages like this, where it just amazingly opens up the heart chakra. It is beautiful, beautiful. Amrita, the immortal, what is that?
Elixir of the Devas, yes.
Yeah, and we had a user, I think that was Michelle, who said she felt, she felt, see, I'm looking forward to seeing this. That was before you did it, and we had the most amazing trauma releasing exercise with Tanys's channeling class yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was multidimensional healing stuff. We were channeling some light into our timelines, basically. Mm-hmm.
Well, do we have more time to do another transmission, or what would you like to do?
It will be amazing if we can do another one. I am for
it. Okay. So let's see what working on integrating, they're saying, more with the nervous system, the immune system, also the lymphatic system, they're saying, to cleanse out the lymph system because it can get blocked up. And to help you step into compassion for yourself and compassion for others, but it must begin with the self, because you can't really have love and compassion for anyone unless you really are feeling it within yourself first. So that's what's coming in with these frequencies. There's a lot of priestesses, warriors, little flower devas. I feel them. Beautiful beings of starlight that aren't even like in a form of physicality, but they're more just the light itself. And they're here too. So with that, again, receive it. Hold an intention for yourselves, they're saying. Hold a clear intention. Keep it simple. Receive this beautiful blessing. Take it into your heart and let it access your own codes of light. Let it access your own crystalline frequency. Injanu zeraina no shikanai mota. Mojin azena zeakuma yalome veanita. Kanturi shalai sandara lanona. Ebesh alamut arekasundi ajegizia natu titanuma. Unzaralai ikamuta. Beshanai isam uve ikana. Alalai ananitar arvasando ikaratatu tema. Mesha si amunianai amanunai ananai ni nanai nanai Antu ivala Meshukus urvidi landandai indandandi la 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 ni amonoi amoniala kutur ebieshima osalai itani vishika os alam opita oba ikatia nengeria sandor ifakuama asum ashuma apata lupa Patia kusheti ni alumema aluadai irakata Emun anua atama alu aja avi ana ukan ashea menchu si atumi aya ujed azin zizi zinjin zunji amatu yakut al hal at ot ukatan idad Ela ush alala sasasara kutar alaira alwamaniai anuai amunai amuni minyanani nananaya Alwaia Majen Alwaka Avai Atama Aja. And so it is. We hold you in the deepest love. We thank you for holding the space on the earth plane in a way that can sometimes be very challenging. We see you, we are here with you. All you have to do is ask for our assistance, and we are here with you. Trust your journey. Trust your wisdom. Trust that you are the light in a human vessel who came to share something that no one else can share. And together, when you merge, you create a cohesive balm of powerful frequency of love, of harmony, the essence of the Creator that lives within you. Don't forget who you are. We love you, we thank you, and so it is.
Before I comment on it, it seems that there is, I can see a beam of light connected from those light beings to the back of Maryanne's neck,
Mm-hmm.
like the base of cervical spine area. I'd say C7.
Wow. Thank you.
And while you were going at it, I saw the beam of light coming down. There were a lot of beings. I'm not going to say creatures because they're beings. They're not creatures.
Yeah.
They're different shapes and colors. But then you made that sound. It's like a calling sound, or I can't remember how it sounded. And at that point in time, a couple of ascended masters came over. They were overlooking the whole area, if you want to call it, because we were in a circle,
Mm-hmm.
and they're from top looking down and then blessing it towards the end while you were giving your final words. It was just amazing. I got goosebumps.
Wow. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
My
you so
Pleiadian guides. My Pleiadian guides were just having a blast, I have to tell you. They were doing all these like
much. I felt
karate move things and laughing. They loved it. It was great.
beautiful beings of light, healers of the heart.
Yeah.
We're coming to the end of the hour. Maryanne, you were phenomenal. Thank you so much again for accepting our invitation. I'm sure Tanys and we had a blast being with you. But before we go, do you want to tell the listeners how to connect with you if they'd like to get a course?
Sure, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm here on Facebook. You can go to my page. I have a website, www.sacreddanceandsound.com. Sacreddanceandsound.com. Sometimes I'm on Instagram, and I've been on, I kind of got out of all the other, Telegraph and Twitter. It was just too much. I was finding myself, oh my gosh, it's just way too much. So I'm kind of sticking to Facebook for now, but it's possible you may see me in there from time to time. You can always reach out on Facebook. I have Messenger on, and I have, some online courses and things that I'll be putting together on Starseeds, on light language, a lot of good stuff for healing wounding, and also, stepping into our power and accepting all of us of who we are and why we're here, and to help people to tap into that frequency of love, of who we forget. We just forget sometimes who we are. And I like to help people. I'm not the one doing the healing. I'm not here to tell anybody how to take their journey, because it's your journey and that's what you're doing here. But I love to be a support system. I love to be someone who can create and hold a sacred space for you. And that's what I do. I also offer private sessions. So yeah, you can definitely, reach me on Facebook or on my website. And I'm so grateful to everyone who showed up and who'll be watching later. Thank you for bringing your light and your uniqueness here, because together we really do make the difference. We create the whole, and the holiness and the harmony that we all are together, and that's the beauty of it all. So I want to thank you, Ramsey and Tanys. Thank you so much for having me on, and feeling very blessed right now.
Thank you, Maryanne.
Thank you.
Just beautiful.
Yeah. So it is. Somebody put it up for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Secretsound.com.
Thank you.
We will put it on Facebook and YouTube so that whoever listens to it later on, although you can see it, but we'll type it in just to make it easier for everybody to access it. And on that note, great to see Tanys, and everybody is grateful for Ramsey and yourself. That is awesome. Thank you all. Thank you, Maryanne. And
many bright blessings, everyone. Mwah. Lots of love. Be
Lots of
kind
love.
to yourself.
Yeah.
Lots of love.
Thank you.